What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna fix your lag putting in 5 minutes time. I know everybody's in a hurry. You don't have time for an hour lesson. You don't have time for a bunch of golf tips. Give me 5 minutes and I promise your lag putting will never be the same. So now let's break down the number one issue that I see when it comes to putting in general, but especially lag putting from a little bit of a distance. Now we have a slightly uphill left to right breaker here. You can see he's got a pretty good amount of break in it. Now first I'll show you what I see so often, okay? So usually the student or the person I'm playing with is gonna have a good idea of the line, but they're gonna line up pretty much right at the hole. Now, the goal of every putt is for it to be as square and as straight of a stroke as you could possibly deliver to it. Now, if I'm aiming at the hole, but the line is about 4 cups out to the left, I'm now going to have to deliver an unorthodox kind of a strike to try and get it on the correct target line. So the first error is aiming at the hole and then trying to swing at your intended target line. So now let's talk about the adjustment that I'd want you to make. So the point that I want to lead off with, that I want you to engrave into your golf brain forever, is that the hole doesn't exist, only the line does. Okay, the hole doesn't exist, only the line does. Now what I mean by that is that there's always going to be 2 things that are going to determine where our new hole is. And now I say new hole because I always want you putting to the peak point of the break, not to the hole itself. So we're actually gonna visually create a new hole in our heads. Now, creating that hole is a 2-step process. The first process is we're gonna see if it's uphill or downhill. Dependent on that is gonna determine if our new hole in our head is in front of our hole or past the original hole. So we have a little bit of an uphill putt. So we know that if it's uphill, we're gonna have to give it a little more speed. So our new hole that we're creating has to be past the original hole. So we have our first punch list down. Now the second list is where is going to be the peak point of the break based upon if it's uphill or downhill. So notice the first point was to address if it was an uphill or a downhill putt. Now the second point is going to be to assess where the peak point of the break is based upon whether or not the putt is uphill or downhill. So we've addressed that this is an uphill putt. The hole is going to be past the hole. Now I want to identify where the peak point of this break is going to be. Now I have this about 3 or 4 cups outside to the left of the hole. So Mike, you could stay right there, but I'm going to go up and show that this putt's going to be uphill. So I need the new cup to be past the hole. And the second point is that it's going to have 3 or 4 cups worth of break on it. So literally my new hole in my head that I'm visioning is something right up here. All right, so let's try and put our new alignment ability to the test here. So the first thing is I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna line my ball up, the line of my golf ball, to my intended target, that new cup that I've envisioned in my head. And to recap once more, it's an uphill putt, breaking slightly to the right, and I should probably take back slightly, it's 3 or 4 cups out there. It's gonna break quite a bit. So I'm envisioning a hole that's gonna be a little bit past the original hole itself, and also out to the left. Because again, to reiterate, the hole doesn't exist, only the line exists. So now let's try and match everything up. I know it's gonna need a little more oomph and a little bit out to the left to try and make our putt here. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself that one. It's just firm at the middle of the cup. One issue with my putting stroke that I've had in the past is that sometimes when you hit it too much in the center of the cup, when it's just dead in the heart repeatedly, the pin in rule can kind of screw you because I really don't put it in the left side of the cup, the right side of the cup. Usually it's just dead in the middle of the heart every time. So it's been a little bit of a burden. We're gonna get through it. But with that tip that I just showed you, you're gonna be hitting the flag stick in the dead of the cup a lot more than you used to. If you guys enjoyed that tip today and you want to see more golf content, be sure to subscribe to our channel below. I appreciate you guys checking out the tip, and we're looking forward to shaving more shots off your game to come.